How do I start this thing?
Have you plugged the bloody USB in?
Yeah, it's in.
Nah, man, that's the wrong port. Oh, wait, it's flashing now.
It's recording.
Well, let's start this thing, fool!
Hello, everyone. I'm Amelia.
Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome to Ask the Duo podcast, a podcast where we get deep into those late-night, unfiltered conversations.
We'll be discussing all things lifestyle, relationship, mindset, and more.
Alright, let's get to it!
I just came back from a very traumatizing experience.
Yeah, you look like you got fucking eaten by bloody ants, mate.
Ants. I don't know about ants or something worse than that. So, I have never really gotten a facial before, and I had a few, bumpy stuff that's on my cheeks, not really noticeable, and I thought, try and get that fixed. It's been there for a while. Thought I'd do a facial, and this person decided to gouge out my face with tweezers, and now I look like...
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not your usual facial, is it?
Yeah, but if anyone's ever had a facial, can you let me know if this is normal? Because I don't know if your face should look scabbed all over, literally walked into an explosion. Please enlighten me, someone. But, leading into something happier, sort of, we're talking about love or attraction.
Ew. Can you be attracted to someone's personality before looks?
Yeah, so this is gonna be based off a little bit of the TV show that everyone's recently watching called Love is Blind. And I want to see, is physical attraction important to you?
For me, it's 50%.
Why do you say 50 though?
Well, if you think about it, dude, physical attraction is your first image to anyone and everyone, right? So when you first meet someone, it's your appearance that you're basically judging off, because you're not going to know, you can't read someone's personality just by the face of them, you know.
So do you think you could do the Love is Blind? Can you be a contestant?
I don't know, dude. Watching those guys fucking go through all that shit, it's pretty hectic. I don't know if I could be cooped up in a little box with some multiple chicks trying to emotionally connect with them, but I think it's a pretty good concept. It's an interesting idea. But could I do it? Maybe.
Because I kind of compare it with, you meeting a friend on MSN. Say a friend added another friend and then you guys are chatting. You don't know what they look like. They have some sort of DP on with a cartoon face or something. And it's kind of the same thing. You meet someone over the internet.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, back in the day, it's through Bebo, MySpace. So, I mean, you'd suss them out through their online profile. But, yeah. I mean, you don't actually... I guess that's sort of like Tinder nowadays, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, the concept behind it is you don't see their face. And you're meeting someone that way where you don't see their face. So, I'm just kind of feeling the concept is quite similar in Love is Blind.
Yeah, that's very true.
Except this... purpose behind is that they are purely going to find their other half on there. Whereas when you're on MSN, Bebo, you're, just there to chat. You're not there to look for a significant other. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, conversation is what you build an emotional attraction.
Yeah.
So conversation is how you gauge and get to know someone through those conversations. So... that's personality, right? So that's a person's character is defined by that communication and conversation.
Mm.
So I think that's why, like I said at the start, I think I think attraction is 50%, because that's 50% of...
physical attraction.
Physical attraction. I don't know why I'm fucking getting all, retarded. But
so keen for attraction.
Yeah, too keen for that shit. Yeah, so it'd be 50%, yeah. How about yourself? Do you think you could... I think you could do it, actually.
Yeah, I feel like
it's...
it's...
easy for you, mate.
I do it every day, nah. I feel like it's fine for me because I am a person who connects more emotionally, and, I'm not a person... I've never really been a person that's as initial thought, oh, that guy over there is really cute, or oh, that guy over there is like real hot and I want to talk to him. I'm quite neutral in a sense. Like, I kind of want to get to know this person more. And then that's when I'm like attracted to someone. So to me, I don't feel the physical is all that important. I'm not saying it's completely zero. But in terms of finding, you know, someone that I want to connect with, I would definitely get to know someone first before I feel any levels of attraction. And I can say this in terms of, say you watch a Korean drama and the main guy is, you know, not that good looking. And I just keep watching it for the drama. And at the very end, they always glamorize the main guy, how he's very caring. He, you know, always manages to run to you at the right time when you're in trouble and all that. And all that kind of personality comes out. And in the end, no matter how he looks, I always get, attracted. Like, I'm like, oh my god, this guy is so nice, or this guy is so cute. And it's because of the personality that the Korean drama brings out in them.
Yeah, so you're more like the emotion that defines how attractive someone can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that's fuck that shit for me. Like, for me, I need to see you first. Like, for an example, if I'm out on the streets and I have a gaze at some chick, it's not because I'm purposely going to look at girls. It's just, you're just walking, you're strolling down the street, and then you're like, damn, that, you know, you have it, you look, what's that? You glance once and then you glance twice, or you look back and you're like, damn.
The double take.
Yeah, you do the double take.
The ting.
Yeah, you do the
pow.
Yeah, you do the double banger before you sort of make that judgment. But like, look, there's heaps of people out there that I just turn around and be like, oh shit, looking very nice.
Like that meme, the guy that turns around and then there's like another girl that he's holding hands with.
Oh yeah. Pretty much like that. But like that's different though. I think a lot of people get it twisted in the fact that, you know, physical attraction is what they. I mean, that's natural human.
No,
I
think
right?
like there's a stereotype that has been portrayed in a negative way. But like, if you think of it with an open mind, like saying that you're attracted to physical attraction or it's important to you, it's not always a bad thing because it is important. But I think in society, some people may have it stereotyped where you're just, what's it called? Like low, I don't know, like the standards.
Your low standards.
It's not low standards. It's just that,
your standards, your preferences.
No, it's not the standard. Like, it's just that you base people off looks. That's what the society thinks that you're doing, but it's not. It's just that that's one of the things that helps you get attracted to someone, which is not a bad thing.
Well, yeah, but that's normal though, right? That's just attractiveness is what gravitates you to that person.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Person. Like, I think some people are a bit worried to say that attraction is important to them is because they don't want
to come off as a fucking shallow motherfucker.
Yeah, shallow is a word I'm trying to
a shallow prick.
Yeah, but it's not wrong. Like, it's just, as long as you're not there to, you know, be all seedy and stuff, like attraction, like physical attraction is not wrong. It's human nature. Like, that's how it is. So I think it's just, I'm trying to say that some people just get a bit worried to be open in that sense because they don't want to be seen in the wrong way.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you got to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think it's normal. Like,
it's
human nature. Like, I think, like for guys, I can put my hand up and say, look, guys would always say, yeah, when they are on the hunt, they obviously look for a chick that's fucking banging hot, right? But obviously everyone has standards or quality control of what is defined as hot. But, you know, as long as you're attracted to the person, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
But obviously once you've passed that physical point, that's when the emotion, the personality, the person really comes into play. Because you don't want to fucking deal with some hot ass fucking chick and she's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, like, in terms of talking back into the physical attraction thing. If you're shopping for clothes everyone has different preference and style of clothing, right? So you can't, that's basing off appearance. You look at a shirt and you're like, oh, I like a button-up shirt. Whereas your friend might be like, I like V-necks. And then another friend's like, I like rounded neck. And, like you can't judge them for being, I like V-necks because that's just what they like. That's their preference.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
their
the same
preference,
thing for physical attraction.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just, I get it. And what that TV show, Love is Blind, it's really interesting because, like, even when we were watching it, it's just like, they're spending weeks in a closed-off room with this other person where...
many other
girls or guys, but they're just basically getting to know the person just through conversation.
Yeah, and I think that works really well because you're actually getting to know that person and it closes you off in terms of your natural instinct to judge someone by appearance first.
It does, but it also... it makes you vulnerable because you're going to be talking to that person about certain things that you normally don't potentially talk about with others that you know. And I think it's the flip side of that is it's also challenging because you're not going to be able to ask questions on certain scenarios where it's experience. Like, for example, if I didn't see you physically, but I wanted to know how you acted or reacted based on a specific condition or scenario. Like, I'm not going to be able to formulate a bloody question when I'm in a pod, to sort of gauge how you react or how you feel. Like, it's hard to sort of...
Well, that's why I said I think the Love is Blind thing, the concept is really good in terms of getting to know someone. But I think it's a bit hard to find a significant other because that's why I compared it to like MSN or any online chat thing. Like, it's good. You have the conversation, you can open up, you can talk to them. But once it goes into, when you find a partner, it comes down to also the smaller things. Like, do they leave the dishes in the sink or, do they randomly get scared of, cockroaches or whatever it is. Like, you don't know those things till you actually live with them or you're with them for a long time or like, do they like to eat, a certain topping before they eat, something else. Like, you don't know those small habits, so it's hard to know those things, but it's good in terms of just trying to get to know someone and have pure, open conversations.
Yeah, I think it's a good theory on how they executed that TV show.
Yeah, but then you can definitely see the complications and challenges that come with it, because once they go to these holidays and they see each other, that's when sometimes you can see the people who do prefer physical attraction, or it does kind of overtake the emotional attraction. That's when some people don't feel the connection with them anymore, or they're not as attracted.
Yeah, that's when shit goes down, right? But it's funny when they meet them for the first time. Like, even some of the contestants basically admitted that, after meeting the opposite partner for the first time, they realized, fuck, this person isn't someone that I normally date in real life. So even they are surprised that, they've made that choice.
It's more like they're surprised that once the physical aspect has been taken out, the type of people that they actually meet on the other end.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really good TV show.
So do you think you would be able to build on that? So like some people, like me for example, talking about that like Korean dramas or any drama, like in the end I still fall for the main guy because of how he is in that TV show. So do you think you could do the same thing in terms of if you were one of those people in the pods and you came out and the person was not physically like a person that you would go for, do you think your emotional attraction can overrule your physical attraction?
I don't know. It's hard because, I mean, you got to have a really strong bond with that person emotionally.
Mm.
And I think that at the same time, I would have to be committed to really, one, accept it, and two, it's a challenge for me.
Mm.
I think it'd be, I mean, that's the same, it would be the same case for you or anyone else. Because it's something outside the normality for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it is possible, but it'd be definitely a try and challenge on that.
Mm. Yeah, and then I was just curious, so I did more research into it because the concept is also a bit similar to arranged marriages, right? If you think about it, these people don't see each other. It's similar but different at the same time. So they don't get to see each other. The only time they see each other is when they get married, or maybe, I don't know how it exactly works, maybe just before they get married to meet each other. So the only way after they get married is really to just emotionally connect, get to know each other, and ask each other questions, and just start everything from scratch as if you just met a new friend. But what's surprising is the data that came back when I researched how high it was, and that a lot of people actually still are together from arranged marriages as opposed to a love marriage.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see. I'll put the links that I found these in the show notes, but there's actually estimated over half of the marriages in the world are arranged marriages, which is about, in the whole world, there's 20 million of those that are married, and half of those are arranged marriages. But the percentage, this is just based off US because I couldn't find anything for Australia. The divorce rate in the US actually hovers between 40 to 50%. But for the arranged marriage people, it's only sitting at 4%. So,
What?
Yeah.
Jeez,
So it's crazy just knowing that data and just knowing that it can actually work out. But like the reason, like further research into it, there's actually relationship experts. I don't know what they do, like how they find this data, but they kind of explain it in a way that it's because they're in an arranged marriage, and usually that tradition is, formed around families, bonding, like getting married to grow their families. Divorce is not an option for them. Like they don't wanna, maybe they don't wanna dishonor their family. They wanna make sure that it works out, and they want to actually try to make this marriage work. So divorce is not really an answer for them. So that's why they take their time to try and get to know each other, bond, and work through things, work through their differences. And I think that's the whole mentality behind it that makes the arranged marriage work.
Yeah, I mean, before I get into it, I can't believe you did all the research, because that's just
I'm curious.
fucking crazy. But good work. It's crazy to know that a TV show has made you so keen and interested.
Dude, I research on anything and everything. I just want to know answers.
But I mean, to go back to what you were talking about, it is interesting, and I think
it makes sense though. Like,
but
if you think about it.
I think the other side to it too, right? Obviously, family is on the line.
Mm.
Outside of family, it could be a trade. So families trading between each other's family. It's either forced, so they potentially, potentially they're not happy.
Yeah, that could be true, but I'm just like thinking of a perfect world.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, we gotta talk about this stuff, right? Because it's something that is a fact as well. Like, I mean, it is happening too, right?
Skewed data.
I'm sure there's arranged marriages that it's not happy.
Yeah.
But they're just dealing with it for the sake of it, and I'm sure that they probably, their life is on the line because of it.
Mm.
So
yeah, that is true.
So I mean, it is pretty crazy how there are arranged marriages that are still going on and still kicking along.
Mm.
And the funny thing is when we were watching the TV show, there was an Indian couple arranged marriage, and they were talking about it on the TV show. Mm. And basically, both couples were, both husband and wife were basically saying, you know, we met each other by arranged marriage and we've been married for 26 years or something like that. So it's pretty crazy how...
Wait, are you talking about the two Indians that got together?
Yeah.
That wasn't arranged marriage. They just magically found each other through the pods.
No, the parents.
Ah.
Yeah, so I think it was
so
the
it
chick's
worked
parents.
out for them. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out for them, but even he was like, oh, yeah, it was arranged marriage, and I've never met her, and we're like best friends. Like,
yeah, I think they said something similar where they said they had their challenges, but they worked through them. Yeah.
But I mean, obviously at first it's kind of like, oh, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah, because I mean,
I would probably feel the same way too if I got an arranged marriage. What the fuck is this shit?
You literally just married a random,
and then married a rando, and you're like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. You stink like shit. You're hairy as fuck.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, you don't know that, right? So it's kind of like, well, shit. Like, now I've got to deal with you. But they made it work, right? So at the end of the day, it was all G for them.
Yeah. But yeah, let's leave it at that. And...
Well, I mean, before we end it, culture has a big play to it, right? So I think majority of Indian culture is arranged marriages.
Yeah, I think it's more known.
It's more
in that
known.
Culture.
Whereas the Western world, it's more like we have it, like it's more of a choice.
Love marriage.
It's a love marriage, so, you know, you're choosing based on that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't even think, like, the Chinese or the Viets really have that, because I know...
Maybe in the business world that we don't know of.
Well, China probably there is probably Chinese.
I don't know.
But, like, even, like, I know a few of my friends who their parents have been like, oh, I'll hook you up with someone, a cousin of a cousin or someone like that.
Wait, what? Cousin of a cousin?
Yeah, so not directly blood or whatever. But, like, it's interesting because they're still thinking of that kind of stuff. Not saying that it's bad, but it's just it's interesting.
Is that because they just want them to have a partner?
I think it's because they're like, well, what are you doing? You're at this age. You're fucking just sitting there jerking off all the time. Which a whole
different topic, because that's just the expectations once you reach a certain age.
Yeah.
They're kind of worried for you.
But in the fact of arranged marriages, it's interesting to know that there are people still thinking of that.
Is that really arranged though, or they just want to find someone for them?
Well, that is arranged because you don't know who it is, and they're just like, yeah,
but then they're like, okay, tomorrow, like, get dressed.
Tomorrow, get dressed. We're gonna hook you up. You can get some pussy for the first time.
Nah.
Like,
okay, bye.
Yeah, so that,
yeah.
Interesting. But.
Well, we want to see your thoughts. Are you Team Sam or are you Team Amelia? Physical attraction is important, or do you prefer knowing someone first and the emotional attraction is a bit more important?
Thank you so much if you have reached to the end. We really appreciate you for tuning in. And if you like what you hear, please share it with your friends or family and subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you are listening to.
Make sure you share any topics you'd like us to cover or questions you might have to our Instagram.
Slide it into our DMs.
Pika. You can also stay in the loop of all the behind the scenes and the release of our new episodes there too. Our Instagram is Ask the Duo Podcast. That's AskTheDuoPodcast. Man, feels like I'm in a spelling bee competition right now. Alright, that's it for now, and we'll see you back here for our next episode. Bye!
See ya!